Hey there YouTube, welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna have a really chill chat about how you guys and myself can process our emotions and why it is so important for us to process our emotions. Let's get started by talking about what it means to suppress or deny or push down our emotions. A lot of us have this happen at a very young age. It starts when we're little kids and our parents don't know how to help us process through sadness, grief, and anger. And so what happens is, as a little kid, when you're not allowed to fully feel through your emotions, you suppress them or you push them down. Because when many of us were little kids, we did not know how to process these heavier emotions like sadness and grief. You know, when you go through something that may be very traumatic, the body literally doesn't know how to release the energy, so it gets suppressed in the body. And then what happens is, later in life, when we are at a place in our life where maybe life decides you're ready to release your emotions. And so what starts happening is you'll notice that things start to come up, like emotions that may seem like out of the blue or random, like, why am I getting so angry at this? Or why do I feel so sad all of a sudden? Or whatever it may be. And what's really happening is the body is trying to release this stuck, stagnant energy. And the reason that this is so important is because all of this energy that is trapped within our bodies can cause so many problems. It causes ailments. It causes us to feel not as happy, not as high vibe. And so that is another reason why it is so important for us to process through our emotions. And I know that this can be easier said than done, because feeling our emotions is probably the biggest thing that we try to avoid, it seems like, in this time. And because it is painful to sit in darkness and it is not fun to feel uncomfortable, most of us will do anything and everything to suppress and to cope with our life so that we don't have to face our darkness, or we don't have to face the emotions of the past, which really is just healing our inner child. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this and I wanted to make a video about this today is because we can literally change our entire life and who we are by doing the inner child work and by processing through our emotions. So some of my favorite ways to do this are meditation, doing yoga, and journaling. Meditation works so great because if you are to ask a question or to pray, or maybe you feel like you're not getting answers in your life, and if you're praying and you're asking for things, you have to open yourself up, open a space for yourself to receive. And when we're constantly busy and when we're constantly distracting ourselves with things, we cannot allow things into our life. We cannot allow answers into our life. We cannot allow guidance. So we have to sit down and be quiet and listen. Listening to just this, being a space, just holding a space for yourself. And this is important because when you open yourself up to receiving these things, a lot of things are going to come up. A lot of people notice that they actually might feel worse when they first start meditating, because what you're doing is you're taking the lid off of the trash can, or you're opening up the closet that you haven't looked in for years, and all the stuff's going to come pouring out. So this can be very crazy and frightening at first, but it's very important to stick with it and allow those things to come up. And we're going to move into the next step, which is, what do we do when we're flooded with all these emotions? And the first step is, don't resist it. Don't resist it and don't push it away. Because what happens is when we resist emotion, it persists. What we resist persists, meaning that it's going to stay longer. You're going to prolong your process and it's going to become even more painful for you. So the best thing you can do is literally sit with yourself, be present, and welcome the emotion as if you were welcoming a little kid that you're going to have a conversation with who's very angry or who's very sad. So the best way that I've been able to kind of imagine this is whenever I have a negative emotion arise, say it's something that's really hard for me to sit with, like rage. And instead of judging it and being like, oh, I can't believe I'm so mad right now, I imagine that energy is like a little kid inside my body that is so frustrated, and it allows me to kind of dissociate myself from the emotion, to know that I'm not the emotion, I'm feeling the emotion. And that can allow you to feel through it without resisting it. And when you feel through the emotion fully, that's how you release it. And it's literally that simple. All of this stuck trauma and the energy and the trapped emotions and all these things that have been suppressed, all that needs to happen is for all those things to be brought to the light. And when it's brought to the light, when you see it and you can be present with it, that is when it leaves. That is when you're literally free from those emotions. But don't expect this to happen super fast. It is going to be a process. Some of us have more trauma than others, and it may take months, it may take years. You never really know, but the point of the process is to be present with yourself. Try to dissociate yourself from the emotion and realize you're just the space here to feel and allow the emotion to flow through you. And then you're free of it. And you're going to feel so much happier. You're going to feel so much lighter. And you're just going to learn more about yourself, that all those years that you may have identified yourself as an angry person, or you may be like, I'm just a sad person. We kind of identify ourselves with certain emotions, and we think that our personality is who we are. But most of us have so much baggage that we haven't processed through, and we think it's who we are. And it's not. We are not our past. We are not our trauma. And as you heal, you get to unfold and you get to learn who you truly are without the trauma and without the baggage. And that's the most beautiful part, is that you really get to discover who you really, really are without all of the darkness that's been trapped in your body and all the lower energy. So I hope this helps you guys kind of give you a new perspective, maybe giving you some steps and some practical ways that you can allow yourself to be present, to heal from the past, to integrate your inner child, and just feel better and learn to be receptive to life and be receptive to all the blessings and all the good things that are trying to come in. And that's all I have for you guys today. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.